Hi, this is Mark Moneypenny. This is my AEP 858 Module 17 Data Protocol. When we first get started off with the process, the first thing we need to look at is the focus area. What standard do we expect to be met and at what level? And what skills do we need or we want to be used to be able to reach our goal? If we don't, not sure of the standard or not sure of the skills, we really need to sit down, reflect on it, and be able just to be able to focus in on that area so we can actually know what direction we're going to go. Moving on to the relevant data. What is the past history of the assessment data? What learning activities have been used in the past? How does past performance correspond? And how does the student relate to the teacher? All four of these questions are an integral part of the relevant data, because if you looking at the past assessment data, if the data has not given good results or it's been inconsistent, you might want to definitely look towards a different assessment. And what learning activities used in the past. If you haven't used the proper learning activities, then the data you're going to be trying to collect may just be invalid. And what was the past performance? How did their past performances correspond? Have they been good up to a certain point, had a dipping point? And how does the student relate to the teacher? If they don't relate well to you, but they related well to another teacher, everything just might be different on a year-to-year basis. And the interpretation, what does the data suggest? How was the assessment administered? And how engaged were the students? But when we're trying to interpret this, I mean, looking at the data, what does the data suggest? Does the data suggest maybe we're above and beyond where we need to be, we're behind, we're right on task? And if maybe the test wasn't, the best results weren't achieved, what type of assessment was it administered? Was it paper pencil? Was it on computer? Was it oral? And how engaged were the students throughout the lessons and the activities that were going on leading up into this assessment? If they weren't very engaged, then you might say it's actually just going to be on the teacher instead of just on the students. Moving on, the implications. It's how will this impact instruction in the future? You have to look and just see whatever data we receive, if it's good, if it's bad, if it's just kind of in the middle, how is this going to affect the teaching process? This is not just all on the students, it's on everyone involved. We will have to be able to change things and adapt to the student and to the needs of everyone just to be able to fill in these gaps. And moving on to the next step is initiate the change. What additional resources are going to be needed for instruction? Is there a need for equality among students? Are certain students just being taught to, or others being left behind? Are other students being, the lower students are being totally focused on while you're kind of leaving the upper students to kind of on their own? And this is the time for you to get administration involved. What other resources can you need? Do you need us to be able to step in and provide resources? Do we need to bring in additional curriculum guides for you so we can be able to maybe find the correct curriculum and be able to find just what we need to get these students doing what they're doing? And the last step is tracking growth. Is what instructional changes have been made, and have instructional changes impacted these students? You have to look back to see where you were in the past, how you were teaching things in the past, how you're teaching things now, and how's the instruction changed? Is it gone for the better, or is it gone for the worse? Because if it's gone for the worse, and we obviously need to change gears a little bit and start the process over again. But if it's going for the better, then we're going to be able to shorten these gaps, and we're going to be able to move these students on a lot faster. And the next page we have is just a little note-taking area. Each area, we have the focus area, we have initiating change, the relevant data, the implications, the interpretations, and the tracking growth. All these are perfect areas for you to be able to take notes and just to kind of just track the growth for future reference. Thank you very much, and I really enjoyed this class, and I hope this was very informative.